Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator for the PC. Today we are going to actually... Well, it's dark over the United States still. It's still early morning in the United States. So here's what we're going to do instead. I'm going to try to get in the air quickly. I'm going to head over here. Real world weather and time. Yeah, we're going to fly the 172 for this one. It's Juliet Bravo, because it can't have the same registration as the 152. So it's November 82 Juliet Bravo instead of Juliet Alpha. And we'll take off from 5. And we'll just see what we can find. I'm still absolutely obsessed with this game, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay. Well, normally you would hear some talking going on, but that's all right. Okay, so we're above VFR minimum. So that's great. It's always good. We're going to follow the Elbe east, gaining elevation as we do. There's a road out of town that I'm looking for. Go. Not going to worry too much about air traffic control. Because we're not in a part of the world that... There's only one accent that the air traffic controllers speak with right now. I'm hoping that that is fixed here before too long. But I really feel like that breaks the immersion to have the air traffic controllers only speak with one accent. So I'm not really missing them too much. Yeah, it's a little cloudy out, I have to say. This is a facility where Airbus has a huge presence. In fact, almost all of the departures and arrivals into that field we just took off from have some connection to Airbus, according to what I read. Don't lecture me, Microsoft. I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay. But you are right. We do want to gain altitude because we're looking for a road also looking on my phone. This is the Cessna 172 72. It's the most popular plane in the world. I might deviate to the north a bit to get a better view of the city of Hamburg.
Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
So we're really doing this? I don't want to do this.
Finkenwerder Tower Cessna November 82 Juliet Bravo, frequency change.
Okay, we'll tune Bremen, but I'm not going to contact them. Yeah, I'm not going to contact them. Get out of my face. I'm on foreign vacation. I don't have to hear this noise. If you live in Hamburg, spend extensive time in Hamburg in Germany, if Hamburg is a city that you know a fair amount about, let me know in the comments how good this is, how nice it looks, how accurate it looks. To me, it just looks like a nice German city, a nice European city. But in terms of accuracy, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Alright, so we're going to continue to follow the Elbe. There's an interesting looking building there. That's for sure. I think that I see the road that I am looking for. When I say I see it, I mean that I see it on the... Fill this thing up with gas, please, with fuel. There we go. When I say that I see it, I mean that I see it on the VFR map. I don't actually see it just yet. Yes, that is it. I'm looking at a map of Hamburg on my phone right now, and yes, this is dead on. It's in terms of what I'm looking for. I mean, I'm looking out here into the world, and I'm looking for something very different than what the golden retrievers with their tongues hanging out, looking out the window, are looking for. That's you all, by the way. I mean, I'm looking at this map and I'm seeing very different things from what y'all are seeing. Because I have to actually get somewhere in a landscape that I'm unfamiliar with. I've been to Germany once, and it wasn't this part of Germany that I visited. If you couldn't tell yet, I'm looking for Autobahn Route 1, and I see it. I see what appears to be it. Not sure if that's it or not right there. Although, big notable roads are... That looks like a track. Like a quarter-mile track, like a 400-meter track. So I think this is Autobahn 1, which magically becomes Autobahn 24 here, a little ways down. So we'll just follow it. Take the right fork here. get me arrested. Okay. Yeah, we're going to follow this road a ways. At navigation based on visual landmarks. But I have to know where those visual landmarks are. I have to be familiar with the territory. And if I'm not, I can still wing it better than most people can, but if I were to tell you that I'm 100% sure that I'm going to be able to do this, that would be a lie. What you really get the sense for here is, even in a place as crowded as the continent of Europe is, there is a lot of empty space. Follow this road until it... I'm looking ahead on Apple Maps here, and this road appears to veer southwest in a little bit. Not quite yet. So I'm flying this at about 6:29 in the morning in the States, and it's the Eastern Seaboard, or Eastern Time in the USA. And I've got 10:29 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning now, on the dash here on the Cessna 172. What I'd like to know is whether or not that's accurate. Let me see. Hey Siri, what time is it in Hamburg right now? Okay, so it's telling me it's 12:30 in Hamburg right now. So it's a 6-hour difference. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, the plane is only giving me a 4-hour difference. Let's see. Live weather. 12:30, 10:30. Oh, it's giving me coordinated universal time. Okay, so that 10:30 is basically London time. That's what it's giving me. Okay. Existential quandary resolved. Thank you. Or maybe I should say a synthesis from an antithesis and a thesis. We've reached a synthesis. I don't know. Okay, so that's either a landmark or an airport off at about 10 or 11 o'clock. Alright, what is that stream right there? Let's just see. Apple Maps. I think we've yet to fly through that forest. There's a forest. That doesn't help me. Yeah, that doesn't help me. Shoot. I mean, I've got a name here, which I'm not going to butcher because I'm not going to attempt it. But that does not help me, I'm afraid. I think I see the river. The river is the western boundary of this forest. It keeps showing up on my phone. Alrighty. Hey Siri. How many miles per hour is 130 knots? Hey Siri, how many kilometers per hour is 130 knots? Thank you, love. Okay, so we just crossed the border into this forest here. Nature park. How are we on fuel? Okay. basically east, a bit south, according to the compass. This is Autobahn 24 here. According to what I was able to find, it is the fastest of the Autobahns, actually. It's the one where drivers generally feel free to floor it more than any other of the Autobahns. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. Is that accurate or not? It's what I found online. I've never been on the Autobahn myself. I've been a passenger in a car in Germany, but we never traveled on the Autobahn at any point that I can remember. There's some kind of office park over here on the right. Expand the VFR map a little bit, I might get a better sense for where I am. Okay, maybe a little bit of one. I thought I was special in the American Midwest with flat cornfields or flat farm fields and not one town to be seen in any direction. Development off to the right, or what appears to be commercial development, anyway. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a turbulence from the trees. Turbulence off of the trees was getting me in trouble there. Alright. So we have something to navigate off of at last, finally. Actually, I'm not sure to what extent that's going to help us. Echo Delta, Juliet Lima. If I can't find it on Apple Maps, yeah, I'm not sure to what extent that's going to help us. I got it. Like that may be a grass field over there. A grass airfield. Of course it's a grass field. But I mean a grass airfield. No, that's paved. That's paved. Are we gonna lose this road here? Just a moment. That can't be right. It doesn't stop. It stops in Berlin. But the VFR map is going to quit on me here, it appears. Not just yet, but no. We'll worry about it when we get there. Party's over here, I might just have to locate an airport in Berlin using the radios and fly toward it. Alright. Looks like the road is going to continue. My system specifications are in the description box. I get about 100 to 110 megabits per second download time on my download speed. And I am running this on Ultra on a 4K monitor. Which I know you were. Yeah. But yeah, if you've flown through this area in Microsoft Flight Simulator on the same settings as I'm doing, and it looks different than this, when you do it, let me know in the comments. Because I would just like to know if things are happening the way they should be when it comes to this. I know there's about a 92 gigabyte update that Microsoft and Asobo have coming down the turnpike here in the next few days. They just had me download a 3 or 4 megabyte thing. They said it was a required update in order to continue playing. Okay, you know what? I'm looking at the map here, and yes, this appears to be accurate. I'd like to find that pond on the left. I don't see it on Google Maps, or I'm sorry, Apple Maps. Oh, yes I do. Yes I do. I see it. So this is, with near certainty, Autobahn 24. That pond we just passed on the left, I'm looking at it right now on Apple Maps. Flying with my right hand and babysitting my phone with my left hand. It's just okay. Oh well, hold on. Okay, we may have something up here. We may have yet another visual aid to navigate off of, and the visual aid that I am referring to is Autobahn 14. I'm not sure where that starts, where it ends. We are headed due east, and yes, we're going to cut south just a few degrees, and right when we do that, I don't think that's it. That's just a country road. Yeah, Autobahn 14 comes in from the north and south. Okay, I think that looks like a good candidate to me right there. Yeah. We're not. Yes, I would say with near certainty that's Autobahn 14 we just crossed. Now the road is going to fork up here by a town with the same name as that airport at 2 o'clock. The road is going to fork. A road that is not the Autobahn is the left fork, and the Autobahn 24 is the right fork. And so obviously we will be taking the right fork, which basically is straight. You basically stay straight to adhere to Autobahn 24. Starting to turn into it's starting to cloud up. I was flying around a highway, an interstate highway in the States yesterday, and it started out nice and then it clouded up on me towards the end. Looks like that's what's going to happen here as well. Yes, this is correct. Go southeast, and then the fork is going to arrive, and once that happens we start to go east again. Again, this is the real time of day, real world weather, real time. Today is Thursday, the 3rd of September, 2020. And it is 12:51 p.m. local time here on Autobahn 24 in between Hamburg and Berlin. 10:51 in the morning in London, 6:51 in the morning where I am located in the eastern US. Okay, I can't say I noticed a fork in the road there, but reasonably confident I'm headed the right way anyway. Autobahn 24. Yeah, I give myself a little bit more clearance from the ground terrain on roads that I'm unfamiliar with, because I know I'm going to be looking down at the maps more frequently than I am when following roads that I am familiar with. Makes sense? So we have identical structures on each side of the road. That, to me, seems like a rest stop, what we in the States would call a rest stop. I know with the worldwide health emergency and things like that, people are spending a lot more time indoors, especially during this time of year, than they normally do. And this is just one of those things that if you find yourself with nothing to do for hours on end for whatever reason, whether it's for that reason or for any other reason, I recommend checking out videos like this. It's a really good way to just have something to do if you... I mean, I know a lot of people are put off work because of the pandemic or for other reasons. If you just find yourself in need of something to do to pass the time, it's... I mean, I make these videos because I enjoy the hell out of this simulator. That's why I make these videos. But a side effect of that is, I don't know, maybe some boredom alleviation for some people. I mean, some people might laugh at that, but I absolutely love sticking my tongue out the window like a dog and just watching the scenery go by. And this is what we have here with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is the most incredible recreation of the world that's ever been made available to the public for $150, United States. Actually, I don't even think I paid that. I think I paid less. I have the Premium Deluxe Edition. The most expensive of the three. I think it was $120 USD, actually. talking of Germany and flying around locations in Germany, I did a dry run, a first attempt of a Munich city tour the other day. And I want to get the community's thoughts on this. If you do a lot of flying, simulator flying around the city of Munich at all. To me, the city of Munich just didn't look right at all. Now, I don't have a reference point. I don't have the reference point that some people have for what the city of Munich should look like. But to me, it just didn't look... I mean, it looked like Mars because I was flying in the evening in overcast skies. It looked like Mars. So I'll just tell you that right off the bat. And when I do my city tour of Munich, I don't want it to look like Mars. So I think I'm going to hold off on that for a minute, but I have to say I was not... I was a bit confused. As someone who doesn't know what it's supposed to look like, who wouldn't know a proper Munich if it bit him in the face, it didn't look like what I thought it would look like. So if anyone is from the area or is familiar with the area and has seen it in the flight simulator, put it in the comments. Are you satisfied with what Munich looks like? Because I came away from my dry run of a Munich city tour, which I did not film, a bit confused. So just let me know your thoughts on that in the comments if you have any. Friends are being smartasses. I'm doing a million things. I'm flying, like I said, I'm flying with one hand and... Okay. Alright. Forget about them. They think I'm being smart, but they're actually far smarter than I am. I'm just trying to do the best I can here. Okay, so we southeast, all right, yeah, that looks okay. Windmills, yes. These are the first windmills I've seen in the simulator. I know there are huge windmill farms in Texas in the United States, but I have not been over that way yet. These are the first windmills that I've seen in the simulator. I hope this is legit. I hope these things are actually there. I can't think of a reason why they wouldn't be. Southeast. Okay. I hope those windmills don't get too close to the road. my phone just as much as I'm looking at the screen. Somebody always has to be a wise ass. There's always one. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm about to turn my friends off. Yes. Off they go. Bye. All right. Focus. Turbulence getting us there. Yeah, windmill farm, you might expect near a windmill farm that you might get some turbulence. Obviously. I just wouldn't necessarily expect it to be recreated like that. That's really impressive. Okay. Are we about to merge? May be about to merge with another Autobahn route here. $19 is the one. This may get a bit confusing up here for a person who is unfamiliar with it. Does look like we have to move through an interchange in order to remain on Autobahn Route 24. And I'm not sure where this is located. It could be in 1 minute, it could be in 10 minutes, it could be in 30 minutes. Not 100% sure of my location. Okay, so we're headed due east, so that's a clue. Okay. I like the speed this plane cruises along at. It's a nice speed. If we were going any faster than this, I mean, I can hear the Germans in the comments saying, "Faster, faster, faster! Go faster! Hit the pedal!" You know. But if I were going any faster than this, I would not be able to follow the road. This is a perfect speed. This 172, the Cessna 172, this is a perfect speed. the interchange. This is the interchange right here. This is it. Very impressive. Very impressive. So we are intersecting with Autobahn 19, which comes from the north, due north. Oh shoot, I'm trying to look at the map and fly the plane. That's not happening. I am actually flying this plane one-handed because I'm looking at the map with the other hand, trying to take a guess as to where Autobahn 19 comes from. I saw a town by the name of Rostock up there, or if it were an American town, that's how we would say it. That might be where Autobahn 19 comes from, I'm not sure. But yeah, that was the interchange right there. So good. So now we are on what appears to be a combination route of Autobahn 19 and 24. They do that a lot in the States, where if one interstate highway intersects with another, it will run along under both names for some time. I'm looking here at Apple Maps, and this road appears to have assumed the name of the Autobahn route that originated in Hamburg, which was 24. Yeah, 19 appears to have disappeared and just been subsumed into 24. We should be heading pretty much southeast. Yeah, that was the interchange, all right. We found it. Yeah, a little while back, like I said, I gave myself maybe a 50-50 chance of doing this right. Yes, this road is curving out in the direction that is consistent with Apple Maps now, so that's good. River, yeah, or a stream. I can't say I see it on Apple Maps, but I can see it out the window, so I know it's there. Very nice looking. The textures and the just the generation of scenery and just what it all looks like in a very general sense it just knocks your socks off. I am short on expressions to describe that. I'm sorry if I keep repeating the same stuff, but it's very, very impressive. I'm trying to avoid idioms anyway, so that YouTube's auto translator can translate me accurately and effectively. I am very impressed. Just put it that way. I am happy. About the most basic sentence ever. Translate that into 300 languages. YouTube. Have at it. Okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. There's a smile on my face about 6 feet wide right now, guys. This is unbelievable. may have to stop for fuel. I don't want to. We may not have a choice. Perhaps another rest area. Again, identical architecture on both sides of the road. Next to an off-ramp. That's practically universal language for rest stop. Alright, what's this? It's an airfield. Okay, I think I saw a town by that name. Okay, I know where we are. Excellent. Start talking about this. But here before too long, Autobahn 24 is going to bear practically due east. And after a little while of doing that, I'm looking at Apple Maps here. After a little while of doing that, these are technical terms, Autobahn 10 is going to bump right into it from the south, due south. And in order to get where I am going, I'm going to take Autobahn 10 south. Now, people familiar with German geography are going to complain that I am dodging Berlin. I don't particularly want to dodge Berlin. I have a Berlin city tour in the works. I don't want to ignore Berlin. It is not my intention to ignore Berlin. But in order for me to get where I am going, as someone who is unfamiliar with the territory, generally speaking, in order for me to get where I am going, I have to. I feel like I don't have a choice. Take a good look at this road here crossing us. Okay, that road does not concern us. The signal that's going to give away the approach of Autobahn 10 is a due east heading, and we're not there yet. You have to trust the instruments sometimes. If we're not on a due east approach, or if we're not traveling due east, we're not there yet. And these instruments are good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to leave out Berlin. If I get greedy and head into Berlin, I'm not gonna be able to find my way out. I want to visit Berlin, I really do. Involved in all that, I'm not going to be able to find my way out. VFR. Our due east heading. Now there is one road here coming up. Once we get on our due east heading, or practically due east heading, there is one road here coming up that's going to play a trick on us. And according to Apple Maps, it's local road 273. We need to not fall for that. Let it go, and then the very next road, which comes right on its heels, is Autobahn 10. Okay, that's a distinctive reservoir-like feature to our north. Okay, I see it. Okay, I've got it here on the map. So local road 273 is imminent. It is close. We are nearly there, and then Autobahn 10 is right after it. I sure hope this is recreated accurately, because I am having a blast doing this. Boring to some people, boring to a lot of people. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's my spirit animal, doing stuff like this. I love it. Okay, I think this might be local road 273 here. I don't know for sure. That certainly did not look like an Autobahn route. But we need to be prepared for another fake out here coming up, because I'm not entirely sure what that was. Okay, we're not there yet. I don't think we're there yet, because the intersections of 273 and 10 both occur when we are heading east by northeast. this isn't it either. I mean, an Autobahn route is an Autobahn route. You can't miss it. They're kind of obvious. They're conspicuous. They give themselves away because they're big. I mean, oh my. Okay. This looks okay here. What is this? What the heck? Let's just see here. Okay, this looks to me like 273 actually. No, it doesn't. I think that may be it. I think that may be our road. Because what? Apple Maps messed around with me there. I rotated Apple Maps to an orientation where north was not north. Oh, Apple Maps, you little bugger! Yeah, I had Apple Maps rotated to an orientation where north was not north. Alright. Or where the top of the screen did not represent north. So this is either, no harm, no foul, because this is either 273 or 10. And if it's 273, it will end. It will come to a dead end. And we can negotiate our way over to 10. It actually doesn't come to a dead end. What it does is it looks like it blends in with Autobahn 10. Okay, so either way, we're okay, I think. Apple Maps, that is really not very kind of you. Yeah, it had me twisted around to an orientation, a screen orientation, where north was about 20 degrees off from actual north. Okay, don't look now, but I think this is 273, not 10. But I'm afraid to deviate, especially in light of the fact that we will be forgiven for this mistake here coming up. I don't want to be able to turn the screen like that. That is not a helpful feature. Okay, I think this jog in the road here gives away that this is 273, not 10. That's okay. We'll make our way around and re-intercept 10. are headed the right direction generally. South by Southwest. Yeah, 10 never moves south by Southwest. This is 273. This is not 10. This is 273. Ready for this thing to move us to the east and re-intercept 10. Guys, I'm sorry if my delivery is irreverent. I'm speaking of this, I know I do this. I'm speaking of this in exactly the way I would speak of it if it were a road in the States. We're gonna follow this sucker about 15 miles. Oh, this son of a bitch goes on for 200 miles, and we're not gonna blah blah blah. You know, that's just the way. That's just how I talk when I'm describing roads in the States. I don't mean to offend. Straight line. Perfect. Now, we do, like I said, need to be ready to execute the maneuvers necessary to re-intercept 10. That's going to be a turn to the east. Apple Maps, don't you do that to me again. The trees are messing with me. Many trees. Yeah, it does that. A little bit, kind of. Sort of. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it goes southwest. I wouldn't say it goes more west than south, though. It's definitely south by southwest. It's not. made our way onto a surface road because or what we would call a surface road in the States. So it's not that I don't trust it. I just think I may have, because I'm starting to not recognize much. I think Apple Maps may have screwed me over there because it had it directed toward an orientation. Apple Maps, that is really clumsy. That's just incredibly clumsy. I don't like that feature at all. Ugh. Alright, here, let's do this. We can save ourselves by doing this.
Tagle Tower Cessna November 82 Juliet Bravo is 19 miles southwest with Echo for touch and go. Cessna November 82 Juliet Bravo Tagle Tower. Enter left traffic runway 26 left. Altimeter tree 0.07 wing 257 at 17.
That sounds like a lot of fun,
Enter
guys.
left downwind runway 26 left Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo. Tagle Tower Cessna November 82 Juliet Bravo is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo Airport is 10 o'clock 17 miles.
Alright, so what I'm hoping will happen here is that we will... I'm not flying all the way to Berlin. What I'm hoping will happen here is that we will re-intercept Autobahn 10. On the way. Yeah, we don't want to fly toward... We don't want to fly toward that place. We actually want to fly south of it. Alright. That looks good. See if I can find the name of an airport that I actually want to fly toward.
Scandinavian 167 cleared to land runway 26 left. Follow the aircraft on final. Wind 268 at 14. Cleared to land runway 26 left Scandinavian 167 Tagle Tower Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo cancel landing intention. Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo, your cancellation is received.
Alright. This is the place I want to find, actually. I do believe. And it is south and east. Or, I'm sorry, south and west. It's this way. Let's head south for now. This place is right next to the place where I want to go. So we could fake another landing to find
Tower
out where
Cessna
they are.
November 82 Juliet Bravo is 17 miles west with Quebec to land. Cessna November 82 Juliet Bravo Tower. Fly left traffic runway 25 right.
No,
Altimeter tree 0.07 wind 268 at 14.
not you.
Fly left downwind runway 25 right Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo.
Not you.
Tower Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo, cancel landing intention. Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo, your cancellation is received. Tower Cessna November 82 Juliet Bravo is 16 miles west with Quebec to land. Cessna November 82 Juliet Bravo Tower. Fly left traffic runway 25 right.
Interesting.
Altimeter tree 0.07 wind 268 at 14. Enter left downwind runway 25 right Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo.
Okay. Interesting.
Tower Cessna November 82 Juliet Bravo is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo Airport is 9 o'clock 15 miles.
Okay. That is interesting. Give me the map. I see a formation along the terrain, or it's not along the terrain, it's along the VFR map. That almost exactly matches what I want to do. Yeah, I see my road. I do. Yeah, I do. I see it. Now it gave me this one airport that I requested directions to. It appears to be different from the airport that I'm talking to. In fact, the airport that I'm talking to closed a while back, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Apple Maps, that was not funny. Don't do that to me again. We will not be landing here. Or at the airport we're talking to. Either one. Fly directly over this one now.
Cessna November 82 Juliet
Wrong button.
Bravo is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport.
Wrong button.
Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo Airport is 8 o'clock 10 miles.
Yeah, I meant to say... Oh, we'll have to cancel. We'll have to cancel. All right.
Tower Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo cancel landing intention. Cessna 2 Juliet Bravo, your cancellation is received.
All right. Let's Delta Alpha. Okay, good. Excellent. So we recovered because this airport at number 1 on the list. Okay, I'm actually, believe it or not, as someone utterly unfamiliar with the area, I am actually proud of that. I'm proud of my ability to recover. And before you comment, be aware that I don't much care what other people think about that. I am proud of my ability to recover from that. This airport dead ahead here is the airport that I was going to start this at anyway. But I thought, why not start in Bremen and tour the entire country? Start at the very top, or nearer to the very top than Berlin is. Now I think that that is pretty sure that that is Autobahn 9 that we just crossed over. But I want to pay this place a visit because when I took off out of this place, again, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but when I took off out of this place on my first dry run for this route, I was really impressed by what the scenery looked like. I loved it. So I want to go see if I can recreate some of what I did, the route that I flew. Yeah, this is the general aviation airport in the general vicinity of Berlin that I started, that I initially, when I first had the idea to run this route, this was the airport that I was gonna take off from. Right here. Whoa, sorry about that. Runway 5. Was the runway that I was going to use. And basically I flew over this little area over here. I found this river. And I flew over this little suburb here, or this little town. And I thought, wow, this is really cool looking. It actually kind of looks like Germany. I don't believe this. It's not, I'm sure it's not perfect, but in general terms, this is the type of architecture that I associate with Germany and with Europe generally. Violent turn onto a road here. If we are where I think we are. Okay, that wasn't so bad. That actually wasn't so bad. Turn the GPS tracking on. There we go. All right. So the interchange from 24 to 9 did not go so well. But I recovered, and I think we're still okay on fuel. And I was going to start this here anyway. And I don't want you guys to think that I don't care what you think. I do care what you think. I will respond to you in the comments if you leave a comment. But if all you're going to do is nitpick my inability to tell 273 from 10 because you live 100 yards from the place, from the interchange, I'm going to block you. We can talk about anything else, though. Too far from the road, or else we'll lose it. Okay, that adheres to the general shape that I southwest, and we're headed southwest. It does head more south than west, though, so I'm gonna... Ooh, no, I'm not. I take it back. Oh, God, the wind got me. Oh, no. Oh, I got caught in an updraft. Oh no, I'm gonna have to... Oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, that was partially my fault. I took a violent turn there. But I also got caught in something that the simulator is new for 2020. They haven't been able to accurately recreate those until just now. Okay, okay, oh my gosh. No, we're not going back there. Wow. I don't think this is the Autobahn. I'm not on Autobahn 9. Let's do this. I'm gonna head due south. I think I need to head east a bit. We never quite reached Potsdam, I don't think. Whoa. That was something else. only seeing, I'm looking at the VFR map here, I'm looking at Apple Maps, and they're starting to deviate from each other. They're starting to be different from each other. This VFR map only shows some of the roads. Let's see what we can find on here. Sometimes I can recover doing this. By doing this. Maps that I'm looking at two different maps here, and they're each focused on different types of things. One is focused on the ground and the other one's focused on the air. General direction of Autobahn 9 is southwest. So we'll start by doing that. What is that? Updraft we got caught in, I'm afraid to test anything out. Jeepers. And these windmill farms don't make it any easier. If this were any larger a plane than the 172, I would have crashed it. I'd have recovered the 152, and I just recovered the 172. But if this were a Baron or a King, God forbid, a King Air, there's no way I would have come out of that. There's no way I would have come out of that dive. Then again, the updraft might not have affected me so much. As well, so and we are going to have to stop. mystifies me a little is the fact that here on the VFR map we have what appears to be a road here, cutting across the upper left corner, cutting off the upper left corner of the map right at the moment. And we will fly to intercept that road. We're doing it now. And it will disappear from the VFR map, but continue on in real life. And that's not something that I can say that I fully get. I don't understand why the VFR maps are that poor. Why are they that inaccurate? I mean, maybe it's a bug. Maybe we can expect that this will be fixed at some point. I don't know. That is one of the things I wonder about. If you think I should have crashed it there, I should let you know that I'm flying this on medium difficulty settings, so I may have been forgiven there by the difficulty settings. I'm not sure. Let's head west. I want to intercept this road. We're still a little ways from it yet. And to people who would criticize me for that, I got two things to say to you. One is that the same thing happens to me in the States on roads. I mean, I live 8 miles from a road that runs from the top of Michigan to the bottom of Florida. And I was flying to the bottom of Florida the other day, and I lost track of the road. And it was 200 miles before I found it again. I live right next to it. I live 8 miles from it. It's a road that I drive probably 4 or 5 times a month. So it happens. I don't drive that whole distance 4 or 5 times a month. I'm just saying I drive on the road for at least a few miles, probably 4 or 5 times a month. It's a road that I've flown over top of on this channel, in fact. In one of my previous videos, I think the first video that I posted to the channel, I think I flew over it in that video. In fact. Alright, so we're making our way over here to this road. We may want to find the nearest decent-sized town. Yeah, just go ahead and... Okay. Because I'm worried about... One thing I notice about Germany that's different from the States is... And it's not just Germany, it's a lot of places outside of North America. There aren't as many airports. So... you have the opportunity, if you're down to a quarter tank or a third of a tank, and you have the opportunity to put it down, you should probably, if you're outside the States or if you're outside the States, because Canada would be the same way through a lot of Canada. If you're flying outside the States and you've got a less than half a tank or less than a third of a tank and you see the opportunity to put it down somewhere, you should probably do it. Because there may not be another one for a while. Is what I've noticed anyway. That guy's booking it. There on the VFR map, I think I've got a commercial plane crossing in front of me here. He's probably in the flight levels or something. Let's see. Get some idea of what this is. Okay. Turbulence is picking up again. Wow. I want it to rain. I just want it to cloud up and rain. That's my favorite kind of weather. Maybe not cloud up too much or too close to the ground because I want to remain above VFR minimums. But where are we on fuel? See, I feel like in a place outside the United States, I feel like you start thinking about it now. You start thinking about these fuel tanks now. So if you let one go, it's like I just said, if you let one go, there may not be another one for a while. My eye on Leipzig, guys, if you're wondering. I think that may be the place to put it down. Subject to change. Suspicions about this road right over here. To the, I'm looking at the VFR map. I have my suspicions about this road that I'm flying directly at right now. Due west. Hey Siri, tell me about Leipzig Airport in Germany. Hey Siri. Leipzig Airport. Siri, I don't want directions. I want okay, there. I got the data that I need. No thanks to Siri. Nice river there. Off to the left. We just crossed it. We can follow it, but it doesn't go the direction that we want to go. I'd love to follow it. I'd love to follow it, but it doesn't go our way. Now, the thing that does go our way, I suspect anyway, is this one right up here. Alright, let me get an airport list. Okay. Thank you. That'll do for now. Yeah, the problem with that is that I have to speak it, and I don't want to butcher it. Any of it. We're not going to involve Siri in this. She'd just spout off some irrelevant nonsense anyway. Wouldn't you, Siri? Listed at number 1. I see it here along Autobahn Route 9. It's not right along it, but it is not far from Autobahn Route 9. South, southwest. Okay, I'm going to trust. Yes, I am very much going to trust that this is Autobahn Route 9. Pretty river there. You know what? Actually, I'm zooming in here. That's the Elbe. That's the river we flew over in Hamburg. It's the same river. If you're German, you must be so bored by this fact. That's a cool fact to me, though. So pardon me for my ridiculousness sometimes. Yeah, I wish we could follow it. I'd love to follow it, but it doesn't go where we go. So you're telling me I could have followed the Elbe to this spot right here and just gone about it that way? Siri is fired. we discussed this, Siri, and you and I together came to the conclusion that the Autobahn route was the best way to go. We were clearly not right about that. If that's the Elbe, we should have just followed it. Oh, I hurt Siri's feelings. Oh. I'm sorry, Siri. The door's right there. So we want to keep an eye on number 5. What we'll do is we'll follow this road, and we'll just keep an eye on the airport currently occupying spot 5, and we'll wait for it to rise up the charts as it's doing now. And when it gets to within, well, it's not on page 1 yet. But when it gets to within maybe 6 or 7 of the top spot, what we'll do is we'll look around for a general aviation airfield in the vicinity. I'd rather not use the main airport at Leipzig. I think that might be a mistake. I mean, it's not the world's biggest city, it's not the world's smallest city. It's a mid-sized city. And I don't like to use the main airports at mid-sized cities, because those are still pretty big. I like to use airports whose focus is general aviation, and those are even rarer throughout the rest of the world than commercial airports are. But at the same time, I want to be sure that the place has the facilities to refuel the plane. So there's a lot to think about here. There's a few things to think about here. You know what wouldn't surprise me? If during that little deviation we were so far off course that we were in... I don't know. I'm not sure which way we deviated. Did we deviate west too far? I don't remember. I feel like because we turned left to reacquire the proper route, I feel like we deviated east by accident. But no, I didn't even truly get into Berlin at all, and I still lost my way. But I saw it coming. I knew there was this fake out road right in front of the real road that I wanted to take, and I was ready for it, and it still fooled me. See here on the VFR map, we have a road coming to an end, whereas here on the screen, or on the view outside the plane, I highly doubt that this road is going to come to an end. Okay, so now we're on the top 8 closest airports. And Leipzig is in the 6th place. I'd like to, I was just about to say I'd like to land in an airport whose 4-character ID starts with the letter E, but it looks like they all do. That's something else that the United States does different from other countries. We have the letter K that we use for a lot of the bigger airports in the country. Some of the smaller places in the United States, gosh, they don't necessarily start with K, they don't even necessarily start with a letter at all. Sometimes one will start with a number, and then the postal, and then it'll go postal abbreviation of the state that it's in, and then another number. Those are the really small places. Sometimes do that. But gosh, I'm guessing that just because a German airport's ID begins with the letter E, that doesn't necessarily mean it's that large of a field. For example, I'm guessing this balloon port that has now fallen to spot number 3 is probably, or possibly not even an airport. I mean, it looks like a hot air balloon facility. I don't know whether it is or not. It also appears, and tell me if this is right or wrong in the comments, but it also appears that German has 2 different words for airport depending on the size of the field. Leipzig. 38%. What's next? What's the next road? Or next road, next town?